couple weeks ago, that SETI Astro guy, Mr. Franklin, he put out a challenge to his members and some people. He said, hey, I want to make something else. What do you guys want next? And a lot of us were like, we need a better way to make masks. Making masks in PixInsight sucks. Like, we need a way to like add masks together. We need a way to subtract them. We need a way to like isolate certain areas. Like, I want to work on just this color right here, you know? So like, I want to make a blue mask, and then I make a blue mask and it looks like that, you know? I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Well, he came out with his mask merge script, which corrected a lot of those problems. He did a great video on it, showed you how you can combine range masks. You can do the little intersect thing, but it was a little tricky to use. So he decided to go one step further, and he came up with what he called the Fame script, which is a free hand drawing type of script. So you can draw all over your images, and you can make color masks, lightness masks. You can do all kinds of stuff. So I'm Chad. This is the Easy Astro Images channel. We are going to play with some photons right now. If you guys like what we're doing here, we got channel memberships down below. Give this video a like and tell us down below in the comments how you're using all of these scripts. Boy, I took this hub. I remember making this image years ago and thought I was just like the bomb making this, but man, compared to like what we're doing now, it's just crazy. I love it. So we need to get rid of this thing right here. So I did a previous video with the Hyperstar stuff that kind of showed kind of like how we were isolating this thing right here. And what I thought was like going to turn out to be a way to like improve something like the color picker. Like, I want to make that blue bluer, or I want to make that red redder. It's turned into just like so much more. So for example, let's go ahead and look right here at the Iris Nebula. Looks great. We can definitely see the inside is blown out a little bit, but we can fix that now. Like before, we could have made a range mask, but the range mask, you know, you don't know exactly what you're dealing with. You can't see through it. You don't know what's going on underneath there. So why not just draw the picture around it? So we're going to do the frame script right here. And I'm just going to zoom in like a little bit so I can kind of see a little bit better what I'm doing. And he's got all the different kind of masks you can make over here. I want to just do a freehand because I want to draw on it. And then you can blur this sucker so that way it doesn't make like the hard changes and all that kind of stuff at the edge of the mask that we are going to draw. I want to just affect like the contrast and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do a lightness mask, and then all I'm going to do is press shift, and I'm just going to start drawing around all of the bright areas here in the iris, because what I want to do is just dial that back a little bit, man. Like, I want to make it look just better. We'll hit execute. There it is. Looks like it's a big circle, but technically it's not. And we'll go ahead and drag and drop that on there. And if you want to see that it's on there, we can show mask. So there it is. Let's go ahead, and we can actually just leave it there because all I want to do is some curves. So bring up the curves transformation, and there it is. So this is where you can do whatever you want to do. What I want to do is just drag that sucker down a little bit. I just want to take some of that brightness out of there and reveal some of that detail. If I want to, I can add like a little bit of saturation pop into the middle of that if I want to. Look at that blue kind of sticking out against that. You know, that looks so super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And I like that mask in there. I like what's going on with everything. But what I really would like to do is I want to bring out some more detail in there. So we've already got the mask rolling. So why don't we just go ahead and let's go ahead and try our friend, the old HDR multi-scale transform. This used to be like the way to like apply easy sharpening to all of your images. And the way this thing works is the lower the number, the crunchier it's going to get. Default is like a 7. If we go ahead and drag this onto the image, we're going to see just a little bit of a lightness change inside there. So let's just go all the way down to a 4 and see how crunchy and how much detail this is going to get. I mean, that might be a little bit too crunchy for some people. I'm good with it. Some people have been saying, man, you really overbake stuff sometimes. This is YouTube, man. I'm having fun with this stuff. I'm not trying to make no APODs here. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's just go back to where we were. And let's see, that's it right there. And let's just go with, let's go with a 5 and see how it looks. So we'll settle with a 4, and I think that looks pretty good. And hey, if you wanted to just keep on going with this, you could do it. You could freehand another mask. You could keep that mask, make another one on the outside here, and then go in and use his mask merge script, subtract the little one from the outside one, apply it, and then do the same thing over and over. You can do whatever you want to do with these scripts. So let's take another look at a different example here. So we've got the Cygnus wall here, which I've been playing with. I mean, I love the way that this image is turning out with the color palette that I'm working with. I think it's like OSH or OHS, whatever, but I'm really digging these colors versus the old SHO. Just kind of over them. They're real boring. But you can see there's a couple things I am not happy with this image. First, the stars. I'm really on a star kick right now. I got to get better and figure out what to do with these stars. I've got some ideas. One of them was in that last video that I just did. But what I want to do is kind of the same thing here, is I want to bring out, there's all of this hidden color and detail that is going on back there. And typically you wouldn't do it in this manner, but I've already added the stars in. So there's nothing I can really do about that right now. So let's just go into our fame script and we're going to do the same thing right now. I'm just going to blur this and we'll just go ahead and draw right around in here. And I want to just really reduce the overall brightness that's kind of going on in some of this area here. So I don't want to affect a whole lot of this down in here. But we'll just do it for the video's sake here to make everything fast. So there is our mask. And once again, we're going to drag and drop that baby into there. Let's minimize that, bring up curves, and let's just go ahead and let's just pump a little bit more color into that area. And then let's just drop the contrast on that area. And boom, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. We're bringing all of that stuff out. Just freaking fantastic, man. Like, I could not be happier the way that this stuff is turning out. I mean, look how much better that looks with all of that extra detail in there. And then if we wanted to go back in and let's say we wanted to add some color back into our little Cygnus wall here, we can go ahead and we can blur this out again. And we'll use, again, our freehand. I don't really know why you wouldn't want to use anything besides the freehand. I mean, it's just so fun to just do all this. So we're just going to go ahead and just keep on circling around. We'll go down into here. We'll come back up and we'll go ahead and make our mask. Man, I could do this forever. It's so much fun. Let's drag and drop that sucker. Let's bring curves back up in a real-time preview. Oh no, we don't want to look at that. We want to look at this. So let's bring up the real-time preview. And then once again, we can start adding in some brightness to that area, or we can take it away, whatever. I kind of want to bring a little bit of brightness in, and then maybe we'll drop down the lows a little bit. And then let's go ahead and crank up the saturation a little bit on that to add a little bit more color. And, you know, if we want to start changing the hue, we can maybe take a little bit of green out of that section to make it a little bit more purpley. So you can see we've got a nice mix of some colors there, or we can go back this way and make it into more of your SHO type of deal. But I'm going to just leave a little bit of that purple in there. We're going to go ahead and accept that and close that out, remove our mask. And there we go. I mean, how much better does that look? I mean, I can't tell you how much better that looks. Look at all of the extra color and detail that we've got in there. And if we did this before we did our stars, and if we processed our stars right the first time, everything will look a lot better. But again, they're not RGB stars, and I'm on this star kick. I know this is about the fame script, but definitely on this star kick to make stars look better than just a bunch of pupil of like literally points of light with a little bit of like blue light around them or something. So that's for another video. We got that stuff coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed this demonstration of the fame script. Big shout out to Franklin. Don't forget to stop by the SETI Astro channel and give him a shout out and a like and all that kind of stuff. And again, we've got all of those links down below. You can buy me a pop. You can buy me a coffee. You can subscribe to be a member, whatever you want to do. I am cool with all that. Love all you guys, and peace.